Video bites from ulearn.photography. Here's our principal, Simon Q. Walden.
Hello and welcome to another video bite. And today I'm going to be talking about whether you should take the underpriced job, the lowball job. Is it better to work at silly rates or not work at all? Well, there's no straightforward answer to this as far as I can see, but fundamentally, there's a couple of questions you really got to answer. One is just how hungry are you at the moment? If you need to scrape together any dollar you can, then you do the work. That's kind of the nature of the beast. If you are not working very much, then you may want to take on that extra job. If, on the other hand, you are very busy, then the last thing you should be doing is taking on an underpriced job. In fact, if you're very busy, what you should be doing is looking at putting your prices up. And then there's a couple of other things that people don't think about very much, but in particular a thing called opportunity cost. Now, opportunity cost is the effective cost to you of not pursuing other bits of business while you're doing a particular job. So let's say you've got a very low priced work for a week. Sounds good, you've got a week's work. But what are you not doing while you're doing that low priced job? Are you not going out marketing, doing new pitches, following up on previous sales calls, and just generally not using that opportunity? And that's your opportunity cost. That's the cost of you not doing other things while you're doing that low priced job. And that's kind of a common issue, I think, with freelancers, is that we fall into the trap of doing any job, not recognizing that that's taking us away from maybe pursuing the better jobs. And then there's the other thing, which is about what's your actual cost here. I've talked in other video bites about looking at both your cost per shoot, but also your fixed costs of being in business over the year. And you have to recognize that any shoot you do has a cost in maybe petrol, traveling, food. There's a certain level of equipment, maybe equipment wear. All of those things actually have a cost. And one thing I particularly feel very strongly about is when commercial companies are either lowballing or actually just generally asking for stuff for free. I do not believe you should work for free for a commercial company unless you really, really are going to get something out of it. And what I mean by that is, the standard line is, oh, we've got no money, but just think of the exposure you'll get. Well, okay, if you're Vogue, I will work for free. And in fact, most editorials done for magazines like Vogue are actually shot for free or for cost only. But if you're Joe Soap Plumbing Works, frankly, the exposure you're going to give me is worth nothing. More than that, I get really worked up about certain types of commercial businesses, particularly press and media and certain publishing companies, who have sacked all their journalistic staff, all their photographer staff, and are now looking for anybody to provide stuff free. Really pisses me off, that does. If you're in business, then the cost of photography is part of your business cost, and you shouldn't be blagging stuff. So should you take work at seriously underpriced, silly rates? On the whole, I would say you are better off avoiding them. But sometimes your circumstances are going to say, I need the work, I need the money, I'm going to have to do this. But don't be fooled into oh yes, it'd be a terrific opportunity, we'll come back to you for more, we'll blah, 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 blah. That stuff actually doesn't pay the bills. And let's face it, your accountant, your plumber, your bank, your supermarket don't offer you those kinds of deals either. You can't walk into your bank and say, yeah, give me some free money and I'll tell people about it. Just think of the positive exposure you'll get, and they're going to, tell you where to go. And I don't know why creatives in general, it's not just photographers, but all creatives, we have this thing that we are expected to do work for free. So be strong, resist, resist, resist. All right, and I'll see you next time.
Subscribe now for regular tips and updates. To find out more, go to ulearn.photography.